What's going on, everybody? The Cornerman _MMA, Ryan the Mighty Quinn, talking with a buddy of mine, someone I know him for a while, Sowma. How you doing, bud?
Hey Ryan, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Dude, I'm so happy to see everything going on for you. You're ranked top 10 in the world with Bellator MMA. And I part of the reason I was saying earlier I want to do this channel is like people like yourself. Like I know the work that you were putting in before all of this. You trained with everybody at American Top Team. I mean, you still do, but like when you were just getting into the mix, like I don't even think you had a pro fight yet, and you're going with Junior Dos Santos, Steve Mako. Like just all of these people, and now it's finally coming into fruition. So let's start right there. Like, tell us about like what it was like walking to American Top Team and training with all the top heavyweights in the world.
So when I started, I was 21 or 22, and I walked in the top team headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And the first guy they put me was Hector, when Hector was walking around 220, 230, and I didn't know, what kind of dude he was. I heard some stories here and there, and then they were like, yeah, just go with this guy, it'll be fine. And if you know anything about Hector, Hector trains hard. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I was thrown right into the fire, passed the test, and then they just let me keep coming back, and then since I wasn't fighting really, I was just training all the time. They let me help all the top name fighters from the get-go. Like you said, like Junior, I was helping him for a couple of years. I was helping Steve Mako with some camps too. Sean Jordan even. Yeah,
Oh,
and Andrei Arlovsky was only later after he moved, but I think I went pro already by then.
Yeah, and in a super camp like that, like I was similar. I moved down, and I had to get to work where it was needed. Like similar, like you said. Like I was trying to train there, but like oh, I could be a wrestler here with this guy, and that's how it is. You got to pay your dues, and before it pays off, and you exemplified that. And I've trained with Hector too. I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes like I had to be his look for Dan Henderson. I remember, and I was like, oh. Like
Oh, man.
I remember I threw like a really nice like overhand right when we were sparring, and Roger Call goes, "Oh, that's good," and I was like, "Oh, damn it!" for the next 6 weeks. But no, so all right, so fighting in a couple days at Bellator 284, I believe it is. And it's in South Dakota, correct?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Believe you pronounce his name. It's Gokhan Saricam. Looked him up, Turkish fighter. What do we know about him?
Striker, kickboxer. I'm pretty sure he's from or trained in Holland.
Okay.
With Team Musasi, I think,
Yes.
like the same camp over there.
Mm-hmm.
He moves a lot, throws high volume. From what I've seen, I don't think he has that one pop knockout power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, so we'll find out on Friday.
Well, hopefully we won't find out.
I guess so, yeah.
But no, I know with a lot of those Dutch kickboxers too, and like similar, I've seen like with the Turkish fighters that we've seen at American Top Team, they like to move their head with their punches and kicks on their way in. That's something I saw a little bit in his videos. No, but you got a great, you got a really strong grappling base. Do you have your black belt yet in jiu-jitsu?
No, I'm a brown belt actually.
Brown belt. Okay. And yeah, I know like you're very strong, very athletic. Who you've been training with for this fight?
Trained actually with Buchecha a lot because most of the heavyweights had fights or just got done fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Did a couple of sparrings with Marcelo Golm for his fight too.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Zacomea, Rodrigo Zacomea, fights an UFC fighter. So those are the guys I sparred with so far.
Yeah, you don't have trouble getting a look over there. That's for sure.
Yes.
I did want to ask you. So you've been working under King Mo Lawal a lot for this fight, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I caught up with him. I did ask him for a quote on this, and this is what he said. I said, "Tell me what it's like in work, Saeed." I'm trying to do this YouTube reporter thing. So I'm like, give me a quote to throw out there on Twitter. And this is what he said. He said, Saeed is going to show more urgency and aggression in this fight. He will be like the equivalent of a more violent Orange Cassidy, except it will be MMA. Now, Orange Cassidy is one of his favorite professional wrestlers with AEW right now. And I promise you that's a compliment.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I promise you. So, I mean, to me, that's exciting. I know how capable you are, but I know that you're really good at like picking and taking what's there. I would love to see you in aggressive fashion. I think that's a lot to look forward to for us that are going to be watching and sitting back. And I know Mo is really excited about this fight. I know Mo loves working with you. All he was going on about was working with you and how you're now one of the better heavyweights in the room and how great the heavyweights are at American Top Team. So I know that he's really up for this fight. What's it like working under him?
He's very relaxed and shows just what I need. It doesn't. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. Oh, it's not too much. It's not too much style changing or pushing anything or any like any how do I say it? I'm not sure how to say it, but he keeps me
Okay.
on my path and just adds little details to it, and I really appreciate it because I think I have a weird different style of fighting,
Uh-huh.
and to add to it, I spoke to a different coach. He even said like, man, I don't even know what to do with you if I were to train you or what to teach you because my style is so weird. So I added Artem Levin to the camp. He's going to
Mm-hmm.
be my striking coach, and then Mo's the head coach. And Artem has a weird striking style too, because he'll throw anything he can from anywhere. You know,
Yeah.
so that's what we're working on, really, like being able to implement that urgency because I'm a very laid back fighter, and then
Yeah.
be more urgent and still be able to do my style.
Laid back's a good word. That's the good word I would use. Yeah. I noticed I remember when I would see you train, like it's like you would do just that lay back and then pop 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 something,
Yeah,
like it was there just when you used it. You just touched the notch on something I don't even think you realize because a lot of this happens. There's a lot of coaches out there and fighters that try to be like this where the coaches they're like um uh okay, we gotta work on your kickboxing. So they want you to just be this world class kickboxer in the next month.
yeah,
For me, that's not happening ever. you know, so like to your point, like Mo has a good thing. We got to work that jab. We got to work that jab, and then when the jab gets down, now we got to work those feints. Then we got to work those right. Like building off of what
yeah,
we need.
exactly.
One thing I hate when I see coaches in corners when they're fight in the telephone booth, put them in the telephone booth, get in close. It's like, okay, we know that we have to get there, but how are we going to get there? That's the
Yeah,
issue that we
yeah,
have to get. That's the bridge we have to cross that you didn't teach as a coach,
yeah,
and it's not going to translate during the fight. Um, so no, that's so important. Like just keep with the convention and just build. Don't add, build. There's a big difference, right? Like build that
exactly.
foundation. And man, you as a fighter, you don't even have 10 fights into your career and no oh wait, maybe you do. What's your record? Is it eight?
I'm pretty sure 11. I have 11 fights
11.
now.
Okay.
So
I thought you were 7-2 or 8-2. Sorry.
no.
Okay, but okay, still it's still fairly early on in your career and for you to
Yeah, I
recognize
think
that
so.
now, I didn't recognize that until maybe my 15th or 16th fight, and so that's
Yeah.
that's going to be huge on building going forward. Um, Super pumped for you, man. We're going to catch you on Showtime. Thank you so much for doing this, Saeed Sowma, one of the best heavyweights in the world, cranking up the rankings ladder for Bellator MMA. Anything else you got to say?
Not really, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and
You know,
thank you for all the help too.
of course, man. Yeah, but I'm going to be bugging you about a win post fight interview too. So
I
get some
got you.
rest, and we'll be watching on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.